Have you noticed that one morning you woke up and you had lines on your neck? If you're like me, you know that tech neck is so real and it sneaks up on us so fast. Like I said, one night we go to bed, we're fine. The next morning we wake up and we're like, oh, what's going on with my neck? Also on my décolleté. It's just because we focus so much on our face with skincare that oftentimes we forget about other parts of our body. I mean, the whole body, but especially the really delicate skin on your neck and your décolleté. So today I am kicking off my new series, which is all dedicated to skincare devices and my favorite skincare devices. And I am kicking that off with the CurrentBody Series 2 Neck and Deck Mask. Neck and Décolleté. We'll call it by its proper name at first, and then we'll shorten it to Neck and Deck. So I'm going to be going through the results that I have seen, some before and after pictures. I'm going to be talking about the science. I'm going to give you the facts. I'm going to compare the Series 2 to the Series 1. We're going to get all into it. And if you didn't know, CurrentBody is just one of my very favorite brands out there for skincare devices. I reviewed their Series 2 face mask last fall. And this one, I've had it for months now. I've been using it for a long time, but I wanted to kick off this new series with this mask and tell you all about it. So I wanted to also thank CurrentBody. They have kindly sponsored this video. I don't work with a lot of brands in this kind of capacity. So when I have a sponsored video, as you will see in one of my other videos, it just means that I love it. It means nothing more than that. I only give you my honest thoughts, my honest opinions. You won't see me talking about tons of different devices because I don't think all of them are necessary. So take that into consideration when you are viewing this video, but like always, thank you, CurrentBody. You know I love you, and let's get into the video. Everything is going to be timestamped below. If you're interested in certain parts of this video, please look at the timestamps. I will also be listing all the makeup and everything on my face in the description, but we're not talking about that today. More time for the video, more time for this beautiful mask, and let's start with the basics. So this is the CurrentBody Neck and Décolleté mask. It retails for $419.99. And you can always get it at a discount with my code. I will link that below. I will also put it on the screen. It is just Dana10. Now, I do get comments on some of my videos now from the mask video saying like, it says it's 20% off. That was during Black Friday. They don't run sales. I think it's only Black Friday. So I do not have the 20% off. Maybe Black Friday comes around and I'll get another one. But for now, it is 10% off. And that would bring your mask to $378 plus tax. You can also, if you do not already have the face mask, you can do a bundle where you get the face and then the neck and deck as a bundle, and it gives you an even deeper discount. So if you're interested in either of those, definitely check it out. Obviously the 10% is going to help a lot, and that is kind of the specs on that. The other thing I want to mention, because it's top of mind, is HSA and FSA. So my insurance rolls over or starts anew in the beginning of August, so I just had to sign up for the new plan. And this mask is eligible for HSA or FSA. That's pretty amazing, especially if you consider like your company would be paying for your mask. So keep that in mind. So just like the Series 1 mask, the neck and deck has 3 forms of red light. We have red, which is 633 nms. We have near infrared, which is 830 nms. And then we have the new deep near infrared, which is 1072 nms. Those are the same specs as the Series 2 mask. Also, we're going to get into the science on that in a second, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. So as you can see here, the new mask has 229 LED bulbs, which is quite an increase from the original, which only had 50 bulbs. So you can see that it's just a lot more red light that you're getting. And you also get the targeted deep near infrared right around the center of your chest, which is where a lot of people find those deep wrinkles from sleeping on their side. Just like the Series 2 mask, the neck and deck comes with Veritas, which guarantees that you are getting the most precise LED bulbs in your mask. And CurrentBody is currently the only brand that proves this efficiency and testing of their LED bulbs. Basically what it is that every single LED bulb is going to be tested for wavelength accuracy, which ensures clinically effective and targeted light delivery. So this is important because basically you can get an LED mask pretty much anywhere nowadays, and you can get it from any brand for any price range. Sometimes they'll charge you an arm and a leg, and you're not actually getting bulbs that are going to be efficient. So I love that CurrentBody actually does this. They have proof of it. You'll get your card in your box and you can check it and make sure that all of the bulbs are working correctly. If you remember the original one, it came with this and you could disconnect this and just charge the battery, which is great in a sense because you don't have to carry your mask to charge it, but it also would fall off. I would be sometimes mid-masking and the thing, you know, like I'd move around and it would fall off and the mask would turn off. This one does not have that. It is all intact. It's not going anywhere. And it also has a clip, so you can clip it onto your shirt or your pants or whatever and be able to walk around, and you know, it's just a little bit easier that way. All right, let's get into the science behind this mask because I feel like that is kind of part of it. That's a big part of it. So I'm going to put some pictures on the screen so you can really see what I'm talking about. But the first form of light that we have in this is red, which I said, again, 633 nms. This is for boosting collagen production to plump your skin. So this is the most common form of red light. It's gonna help smooth wrinkles and help fade hyperpigmentation. The next one we have is near infrared, 833 nms. This one is going to energizes your cells below your skin for a firmer, tighter, and brighter complexion. So most masks these days are going to have red and near infrared. Those are pretty much the basics, and usually they come in a variety of wavelengths within a target parameter, so you're not getting too much and you're not getting too little. CurrentBodies fit directly into those parameters. That's always good to see. But like I said before, the deep near infrared is new, and they're only, I think, one other mask that I know of that carries deep near infrared either on their face or their neck and neck. I always get it confused. And the neck and neck has 1072 nms. And these are strategically placed in your mask where the signs of aging are the most pronounced. So on the face mask, it's around your eyes. On the neck and neck, it's gonna be right in the center of your chest where you tend to get a lot of your wrinkles from sleeping on your side. And the deep near infrared is going to be helping boost collagen deep under your skin. I also get a lot of questions on the irradiance, which is basically the power density. For the CurrentBody, it has 30 milliwatts per centimeter squared. And the general accepted range is about 10 to 50, so this is right in the middle. Now, I often get a lot of questions, well, that's not as strong as I've seen another device that was 60 or 70 or whatever. And I just want to reiterate that it's not always the power that is the most important thing. We talk about this in medicine and other things, it's the dose. Higher is not always better, and I just want to caution you because oftentimes the higher the irradiance is, the less time you have to use it. So if you are using a device that has a very high irradiance, if you use it for longer and you're actually thinking that you're doing more, you could be damaging your skin. So again, higher is not always better. CurrentBody has strategically put their irradiance at 30. That way you're not getting too much power density, but it's not low enough that it's not doing anything. So this is all part of the plan, if you will. So let's take a look at the Series 1 versus the Series 2. First off, the price is different. The Series 1 was $339, whereas the Series 2 is $419, but you're getting 229 LED bulbs versus 50. So like really they should have like quadrupled the price if you look at it just from that. But you're also getting 3 wavelengths in the Series 2 versus 2 in the Series 1. Like I said, the deep near infrared is the addition, which is a really powerful wavelength. The other thing, which I think is like one of the most visible and noticeable things, is the size of it is much bigger. So for whatever reason, maybe you have a larger chest. That sounds funny to say, but you know what I mean. And the old one kind of like cut off here at your collarbone. This one is going to cover the whole width of your chest, or it should. And it's also going to be more powerful in doing so. Okay, so I am going to insert some pictures now because this is the part that everyone wants to see, right? Like, okay, all that sounds great, but like, does it work? Does it do anything? So some of the benefits from this mask would be improved firmness and texture within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. I always do have to caveat that. If you use it once, you're not gonna get any results. If you use it once a week, you could get results, but usually you need to use it more consistently. I would recommend in the beginning 2 to 3 times a week, maybe 4. And then as you start to see results, you can go down to 1 to 2 times a week. But if you're not using it, you're not gonna be getting results. These are not like it changes it and then it never goes back. You have to consistently use it over time. Also, it is a non-invasive way to combat that tech neck. So one of the biggest things that people often find is that they're getting those lines across their neck, or they use sunscreen on their face and not on their neck or their neck, and they're just noticing that aging starting to happen. Now, I don't have pictures of this because it would be very rude, but I have seen people in my life where they take really good care of their face, maybe even their body, but the neck just kind of gets forgotten about. Think of it as that picture that we've all seen of the tractor trailer driver where it showed how much sun damage he had on his face, the left side that was facing the window versus his right side. And I will insert that picture if I can find it. It's pretty much the same thing for neck. You're taking care of your face, or you're like kind of taking care of it, but you forget about your neck and it starts to get wrinkles, it starts to get lines, all of that. And I've seen it in so many people, and it's one of those things that you do need to kind of start taking care of it, even if it's not going to change drastically overnight. It's a long-term taking care of kind of thing, but it is something that we forget about, and I'm trying to just like keep you guys informed on this. All right, so you're asking now, what are the results that you've seen, Dana? So I've been using a neck and deck mask for years now. I have been using the Series 2 for probably 6+ months. And in my experience, I get much faster results with this mask than the face mask. I think that has to do with a lot of things. I think there's, first of all, a lot less movement going on my neck and my deck. Like if I'm sitting here talking, my face is moving all around, but my neck's not really doing anything, and my deck is doing even less. If I'm using devices, my neck is moving, but my décolleté, like all it takes is a few uses. If I'm starting to find texture or wrinkles, I use my mask a few times, I wake up and there are less lines. Like it is that instant for me. Now my neck is a little bit more complicated because like I said, there's a lot more movement. You're craning your neck, you're holding it at weird angles, kind of like your face. It's just more active. So I do find that I have to use it more consistently to see the results. But I see the results on my neck and my deck way faster than on my face. I've also seen firmer skin, especially with the Series 2 face mask, which comes down under the chin. I think one of the things that really people start to think about as they get older is that turkey neck and having any sagging skin. So this is gonna help with that tightness and firmness, which is also gonna help with the wrinkles, but like those kinds of things I think are even more visible to outward people than even ourselves. And then of course, like I said, I think a lot of the times one of the biggest things that we can combat is when we sleep on our side. As women, we tend to, things get pushed together. And so this mask, like I said, when I use it a few times, maybe even one, I will see those wrinkles just kind of like go away. It's a pretty magical thing, and I just think it's one of those really small things you can do with lasting long-term effects by using it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days a week for 10 minutes. It's not that hard. So I always like to keep it 100% honest with you guys. You know that. And I would never say a product is like 100% perfect, because most products, they're small areas for improvement. And that's the same with this. I think the one area that I would ask their product management team to improve is the strap on the neck, like that actually holds it on. When I go to put it on, it can be quite loose, and then the mask can kind of fall down a little. I've actually made my own solution. I got a little bit of elastic, or what's it called, Velcro, and I made my own strap just because I needed a shorter one. I didn't need the long one that they have, but that is the complaint. I think that is one of the things that, like, it's not a deal breaker if I want to use it with the original strap. What I do is I just lay down, and that way the mask is using gravity to be on my neck. But you can also get this Velcro for like $5 on Amazon, which I know that's annoying. You shouldn't have to, but I made my own solution. So yeah, that is my one complaint. Everything else I think is perfect or close to perfect. And I kind of deal with it in my own way, but I think that's it, guys. The sun, I'm using natural light right now, and the sun keeps going in and out of the clouds. So if you see that, that's why. If you have any questions, of course, leave them below. I will be in the comments as always. And I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you again to CurrentBody for helping me and sponsoring this video. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.